first loser. That's the first loser. Cause second place, that's the first loser. Whatever it takes, that's what I'm used to. Cause second place, that's the first loser. Let me know that you about this. Put your money where your mouth is. Every single second counts enough to turn a little molehill into a mountain. Ain't no way to get around it. Ain't no time to be complacent. Cause life is 100 proof with no ice, so you better start chasing. Cause we all need a fix, so we're up in the mix like we're all in a blender. No, I will not miss, no, I will not switch, cause I will not surrender. Only got one agenda, only know one way. So you know it's dead real every time I open my mouth up and you hear me say, whatever it takes, that's what I'm used to. Got no breaks, got no excuses. So many snakes, looking like Medusa. Cause second place, that's the first loser. That's the first loser. That's the first loser. Cause second place, that's the first loser. Whatever it takes, that's what I'm used to. Got no breaks, got no excuses. Let me know that you about this. Put your money where your mouth is. Cause you gotta make it count enough to make your people go higher in accounting. Keep it flowing like a fountain. Ain't no time to be patient. Cause life only answers those that keep moving. Why the hell are you waiting? Cause we all wanna live, so we all gotta give what it takes for the greatness. And I know what it is, so I handle my biz till I'm lost going 8. Till it's banging on the pavement. I only know one way, so you know it's dead real every time I open my mouth up and you hear me say, whatever it takes, that's what I'm used to. Got no breaks, got no excuses. So many snakes, looking like Medusa. Cause second place, that's the first loser. That's the first loser. That's the first loser. Cause second place, that's the first loser. Whatever it takes, that's what I'm used to.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to CPW Pro Wrestling Origins. We have an awesome show planned for today, and I hope you guys are having a good time already. I see you guys in the chat having a good time. Hopefully ready for some CPW Pro Wrestling action. And this time we're going to get right into it, and it's going to be great. And I think I have my delay settings figured out just a little bit more. So I should be able to communicate with you guys in more real time. It's not going to be perfect because my internet freaking sucks, but it's going to be a whole hell of a lot better than what we did previously. And without further ado, allow me to switch my screen to the first match. We have Shawn Danger taking on Sid Daly. This match was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago, but unfortunately with 2K being 2K, it did not happen because it took it straight off the card for me. And hopefully nothing scuffed will happen this stream. But you know, it is me, so expect things to be kind of scuffed. Anyway, one other thing I forgot, and I will get momentarily, is the music. But while this match is loading up, forgive me for that, and I'll figure that out right now. Alright. Please don't autoplay some real music. Let me get my screen beats, baby. Yes, it is the Bash at the Beach shirt. As Shawn Danger makes his way to the ring, it's the Bash at the Beach shirt. I was there. It was great. I saw DDP's last match. Fantastic. I'm pissed at my girlfriend still. Hi, I know you're watching. I love you. By the way, I'm still pissed at her because she saw DDP in the merch line, and I was there saving seats. Not a good situation for me. Anyway, Shawn Danger. Shawn Danger's been wanting to make an impact here in Covenant Pro Wrestling. He says that he is built different. This game says that it hits different, so we'll see if those things coincide with one another. Because right now, his first appearance here in Covenant Pro Wrestling. And I have to warn you guys, this is another show where I did not do notes. I was up super late, and you're going to get exactly what I give you. Shout out your move names in the chat, and it'll help if I switch from top chat to live chat. Yes. Now, Sid Daly making his way to the ring. Hooded figure here. I have never seen him before. Unfortunately, he did not get to make his debut last week. But I've heard some exciting things. Heard some exciting things about Sid Daly, and let's see what the chat is saying. We've got Daubert in there, of course. Oh my God. Hits different after a Stella, and just like when you hit the misses. Definitely does. Homie don't think this AEW. I just have a lot of AEW shirts because those are the products worth buying. Oh, I thought you were talking about my shirt, not the patch on his shirt. I got you. Never mind. Anywho, I'll excuse myself from that one. And now we're going to see the action commence here. Referee Leonard Seymour looking dapper as always. Sid Daly sending Shawn Danger into the corner very aggressively, and now with some shoulder blocks. But Shawn Danger, he's waited long enough for this opportunity. Went for a neck breaker there, but no, a Northern Lights suplex. Sid Daly still in control. Went for a leg drop there on a standing opponent. Not the smartest move I've ever seen. And now Shawn Danger also not the smartest move I've ever seen. Going for a springboard moonsault there with no one in his vicinity. But now Sid Daly, fireman's carry position, countered into a DDT. Reverse DDT there. That'll herniate a disc for sure. And now we see stomps. Just hammering away on the opponent. Shawn Danger going into dangerous territory here. The top rope is not a great place to be if you're coming to Pro Wrestling Origins. You never know how slippery it is. But it paid off for him there. And now these two just exchanging strikes. Kicks there by Shawn Danger, working away at the shoulder area, and finally hits that springboard moonsault he's been looking for all match long, and the Gamengiri counter from the floor sends Sid Daly back into control. I do like this match, Pinkish. I think it's a good start for an awesome show of Covenant Pro Wrestling Origins. Thank you again for joining me. I really appreciate all your support. And as you guys deal with me being awkward on stream, hopefully one day I'll get better at this. But right now we see Shawn Danger. I thought he was going to go for something big there. Went to the corner. Looked like he was sizing up the opponent, but decided against it. Going for it yet again. Animation might suggest that this is a finishing move here. And a low drop kick there. Shawn Danger just colliding with Sid Daly. Sid Daly seeing stars. Now, he's not out of this contest yet. Sid Daly, another Northern Lights suplex with a pin there. Referee Leonard Seymour, perfect position every time. And a huge kick there. I don't know what he calls that, but I would call that painful. Pinfall, 2 count. but Shawn Danger still in this matchup. I think the crowd thinks this is AEW as well, screaming "Fight Forever." One day that's going to be a copyright strike on behalf of on the hands of WWE. But we don't acknowledge those folks here. This is Covenant Pro Wrestling. Huge spear and another kick. Sid Daly giving Shawn Danger his daily dose of disappointment, perhaps. And yes, it is. What a match. What a match that was. A great start to Covenant Pro Wrestling. This is absolutely going to be a crazy turn of events here. And let's go ahead and switch the view. And that is our first match. I hope you guys are doing well. Sid Daly somehow pulling off one of the craziest victories we've seen here yet on Origins. And as I pull into the next match, I just want to check in with you guys. How is it going? How are you feeling? And also, are you guys feeling ready for some women's wrestling? I think it might be time. We said W in the chat. It might be time to get W on the screen, because women's wrestling is where it's at. And we're going to see someone that I've been excited to see. I haven't even looked at their moveset. I haven't simulated a match. I've wanted to keep myself surprised this whole time. We're going to see none other than Alessia Sparks, the Sparky Spark, that I've heard is one of the best graduates of the Covenant Pro Wrestling Academy, and Sarah Six, the wife of Jamie Six, who we saw debut last week on Origins. And this is going to be, I'm pretty sure, an amazing contest. I've fine-tuned my balancing settings a little bit differently for Origins, so these matches should be a little different than what we see on Uproar, and hopefully in a good way. And now let's give her some music, because the Sparky Spark, no, we gotta have more Sparky Spark than that. Come on. All right. Well, yeah, this will work. This is the vibe. Now, we know that this was a creation by the lovely Jacob Sterry. Jacob, if you could tell us a little bit more about the Sparky Spark in the chat. Let everybody know what your character's about. And all of you guys can feel free to do that in the chat while we're streaming. Let us know what she's all about. And maybe some of that will make it to commentary, but I would like to know what's up with every one of your calls having the same jacket. And now we see Sarah Six, possibly inspired by Motley Crue as well. We don't know. Jamie Six will have to tell us what's going on in that regard, but she's making her way out to the ring. Seems to be, I don't know, it gives me a Callie Kaplan vibe. But the glasses kind of just give me a Callie Kaplan vibe. If you guys know what I'm saying, I'm sure it's not that far off. I mean, maybe it's not quite Callie Kaplan, Neon Panther, but them glasses are giving me a vibe, guys. Sarah Six, I don't know. Glasses are intimidating. I feel like this is going to be a great contest. And here we go. And I have my sound settings figured out. How's that, guys? Second show and things are working. Alessia Sparks, tell me if I'm saying that right. Jacob, I know you Brits can pronounce things differently. I won't try the accent, but I want to make sure that at least I get the phonetic sounds of the name correct. Sarah Six working away on Miss Sparky Spark right now and going after the arm with that arm bar. Referee Leonard Seymour is like, I guess I'll look at this. But no, as we expected, it is far too early in this matchup for something like that to work. Shots to the head send this contest into different territory. You know, Sarah Six wants to be in control the whole time, but the spark plug here wants to make things a little bit more back and forth. I think we definitely do have to have Sarah Ryan versus Sarah Six in the future. Sarah versus Sarah. Whoever wins keeps the name Sarah. Whoever loses has to go by the name Alejandro. That seems like it'd be a good match for me. Now we're on the outside, the barely padded concrete, even less padded than Covenant Pro Wrestling or Uproar. Origins doesn't have the budget. We're just in the CPW Academy here. We're themed out for the night, but usually, you know, Dan Darnester and Alex Clark like the new recruits of CPW Academy to take bumps on no pads, just on the bare concrete, because that's how we roll. Jacob is saying Alessia isn't 100% focused on this match because Jacob has gone into hiding in RP for a fun little side story. I thought it said kid story. I'm like, this isn't a family show. That you gotta rejoin RP to find out. Go join RP. I'm not in it very much. I don't read it as much as I should, but you guys put some great shit in there. And the promos for this week, whether they were on pinfall here, but only a 2 count. The promos this week, whether they were Origins or Uproar, were fantastic. Jay Scott literally made me die with one of his promos. Drop kick there. Sparks has that dragon sleeper on. I know it's got a name. I don't have the wiki pulled up. If you want to know, pull up the wiki, because I am scuffed right now. Just the elbows to the side of the face. Yeah, like Dob said, shout out to Alex, shout out to all you guys that are in this chat right now. I'm not sponsored, but drink Coke, whatever, maybe we'll give you some money. Sarah Six looking for a little bit of submission action, but the Covenant Pro Wrestling Academy is nothing to joke about. They train you for all those situations. They teach you how to get out of all those maneuvers, and that's just not going to work right now. Maybe a comeback story here for Alessia Sparks. Tripping up the leg. And now it is time for things to get interesting. But before they do, a pinfall has commenced here in the middle of the ring, a 2 count. But that's going to take a little bit more than that to take out Sarah Six. Sarah Six wants the 3, so you know it's going to be a match that you have to take out all the stops. A huge haymaker. Did you see that? Just connect with the face of Sparks. Wait a minute. Thought it was going to be a burning hammer, but a ticket to your clown fall. Patent pending there, but only a short pinfall attempt. Meteora there. Sarah Sparks in a bad situation. Not Sarah Sparks, Alessia Sparks in a bad situation. 2 count. And now the Dragon Sleeper locked in again. Referee Leonard Seymour says that this one is over. Gotta give him music at the end too. Thank you for coming, Sarah 6. Alessia Sparks telling us what makes her so sparky, showing us her spark here today. Speaking of showing you guys things, let me show you guys the chat. Look at this thing blowing up. Hit me up with some emojis so they'll pop up all over the screen or something. Hit me with something, y'all. As I go into the next matchup, we see that Sir Jacob Sterry is a little bit butthurt about someone else hitting tickets for your clown fall. How you guys feeling right now? How's the show been? It doesn't look like look like that one works. I think you got to use the actual emojis from YouTube, unfortunately. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Speaking of there we go, I've got something crazy planned for you guys right now. This is a little strange. I don't know what booking decision this was, but I know I have to fit a lot of you guys into the show here today. There we go. You see the hearts? That's what I wanted to see. Anyway, this is a little bit of a crazy match we've got going. We're going to have a fatal four-way. Curtis James making his way to Covenant Pro Wrestling Origins. Duncan over here, new guy on the right. We've got Benny Banks, the third guy in. And then we've got the boy JK coming in and trying to make a statement here on CPW Origins. And it starts right now because my loading screen is over. No particular reason, but now let's go ahead and give y'all some music. Oh, this one might be a little... I'll let it go. Curtis James. Seems like he likes James Mayfield. A little Otis Redding, whatever. Oh, now we're getting into a bigger vibe here. Curtis James, for some reason, decided that he no longer wanted to be on Covenant Pro Wrestling Uproar. He decided that his origin story wasn't through yet, and came over here to bless us with his presence quite unceremoniously. Walked out of a contract on Uproar and decided that I want to go on Origins. That's what I do. That's how I roll, and that's how it's going to be. And I hope that I'm a little less delayed this week. Let me know if that's true. I've messed with some settings. I don't know. My internet still sucks, but we doing this. Give this dude a different thing. Let's go. Benny Banks. Benny Banks in the house. From what I've seen, he is an egotistical son of a bitch. And he wants to let everybody know how good he is right here on Covenant Pro Wrestling Origins. I don't know, any man that wears a shoulder pad over their actual jacket, they've got some kind of complex going on. And we might see if that is a benefit or a deficit here for Benny Banks here tonight in this fatal four-way action. That is very true. That is very true. Ain't nobody better than Benny Banks. That's what we gotta say, first and foremost. Benny Banks, nobody better. Who's Brian Cage? Nobody even knows. But now, making their way to the ring, who is it going to be in this slot, in this matchup? As we see the beautiful Covenant Pro Wrestling Academy. And the boy JK, JJ Kang, making his way to the ring. got his cup lifted up, and it's time to get started in this matchup shortly. All right, guys, what I want you to do in the chat, I want you to tell me what's in the cup. All of you guys, just tell me what's in the cup. Oh my god. Everybody's just saying the most gnarly shit in the chat right now. If you're watching the replay of this and you're wondering why I didn't say anything, just look at the chat. You guys are ridiculous. You're dirty pigs. I don't know. Me and my girlfriend have been watching Sex Education, and Eric is always calling people dirty pigs. Now I want to call people dirty pigs, but whenever I do it, I sound like an idiot. But now we do have a true Duncan Leslie moment. I don't know about you guys, but like, for some reason, this guy looks like another Clark. He looks like he just brushed his hair the other way and is coming from like a different timeline or something. But he definitely looks like another Clark. So do with that what you will. But Duncan Leslie, if we have Clarks from different timelines, it's going to be way too Clarky in here. We have what, like 6 of them or something? Excuse me if you heard that burp. Drink Coke. At least that's what they say. Well, I guess now they're saying delicious and refreshing. The more you know. And you guys have the distinct pleasure of me calling a fatal 4-way match. This is gonna be fun, not knowing any of anybody's moves. A huge uppercut by JK over there. I'm gonna call him JK just because it's easier to say. Nitro, if you got problems with me, come find me. You'll find out real quick. That's a bad move. Anyway, Curtis James is going for something big there, maybe trying to slam JK into the corner, but it did not work out. And now we see entirely pandemonium here in the middle of the ring as Curtis James is trapped in that corner. The boy JK going for something big here. DDT. And an uppercut off the top rope on the other side of the ring. The Dunkster is outside. Just dying, perhaps. Now I see in the chat we're going through the Clark Smith lineage. I feel like this is one of those like boxing matches where everybody looks the same because yeah, right now this one is like hard to call at this point. It's like, oh yeah, this guy in the black trunks and this guy in the black trunks with the purple stripe or whatever. Like, crazy. I was gonna say we got some intense action happening on the outside of the ring. Didn't get to see how that resulted, but now we see the JK is in control on the outside, but we got somebody digging in the middle of the ring. Curtis James busting a hole open in his opponent here. And as the action continues on the outside, and I would like to note that I did something ridiculous in this matchup here today that is a little funny. So I've decided that Fatal 4-Ways, Triple Threats, and any other multi-man matches on Origins are going to be elimination. Whether or not I hate myself for that, I'm not sure, but I figure it's the most fair way for me to fit everybody on the card, fit everybody in the roster, and maybe they won't go over a certain amount. I'm not sure what's going to happen here, but I just wanted, in the interest of fairness, to make sure that, you know, good things were happening. Thought he was going to go for a reverse DDT there, but it was a backbreaker and a clothesline in the middle of the ring. Curtis James now finds himself in a corner spot of his own. And a brutal crossbody over the top rope. One important thing of note, that pinfalls and submissions still don't count on the outside, so none of this is going to be of any real consequence or benefit for any of these competitors here. Oh, there's bleeding in like every episode of Covenant Pro Wrestling. Like, every time we have a show, Pinkish, it's essentially, think of it as a John Moxley match. Every single time we come on, there's gonna be blood. It's a given. And I've even, you know, in my quest to figure out how PC mods work, of course we do run the universe on Xbox, but I want to figure out how mods work so I can integrate that into segments and things like that. I was looking like, where's this crazy like blood modifier? Where can I get it to be all over the ring? How can I make it so everybody is bleeding all at once? So I've been looking into that. Modders or people that are familiar with mods or know something like that, please let me know. We have a submission here. Curtis James may be reconsidering his position here on Covenant Pro Wrestling Origins, but no. And a reverse Hurricane Rana there. Poison Rana. And now once again, everyone is going to the outside. Everyone is taking advantage of this even lesser padded concrete. This barely padded concrete. It's essentially, we cut every corner we could. This is not the same padding as Covenant Pro Wrestling Uproar. This is the great value version of that, if you will. And speaking about all of the blood that I would require here in Covenant Pro Wrestling, the boys in the chat, the boys on the non-team, the keepers of the cage, if you will, would like blood to be on everybody's face. Everyone in the crowd, they should be bleeding. But for various reasons, I would like to change out the crowd t-shirt. So if anybody knows how to do that, get at your boy. Looks like Curtis James is going for a Claymore there. Curtis James a pinfall. And the first elimination in this matchup. You hate to see it. And now this devolved into a double team situation perhaps. Could we be seeing a new partnership here, or perhaps that was just a momentary, lapse of judgment and something done more for convenience. Yeah, Pink, everything that we do in multi-man matches on Origins, or most of everything, is going to be elimination. I was considering, not making it elimination, but in multi-man matches, you never really know what's going to happen. And I know everybody waits 2 weeks for these episodes in between, and there's a lot more people that are trying to join. So I wanted to make it as fair as possible, and I think elimination solves that. And the matches may be a little longer, and it seems as though JK has found the invisible railing that we've had installed into the arena. That is something that you can only see here on Covenant Pro Wrestling Origins. We pay extra for that. Unfortunately, it gives us a higher liability because people are always bumping into it. But the air wall, as we call it, definitely has its charms. And right now, Curtis James went for a pinfall. I thought it was the best thing you could possibly do, capitalize on the fact that both of his opponents were down. And yes, everybody, the chat bot is letting me know that this stream is sponsored by a trio. I've been very bad about plugging a trio, but a trio has been awesome. They are a service that allows streamers or content creators like me to find brand partnerships that meet the needs of our community. If you guys sign up on the link and use the code Jimmy5, that will give me an opportunity to make a little bit of money with them. Of course, I've got to get up to 50 signups, and right now I have maybe one. But if we're able to get the payoff that they give you, and I'll tell you up front and be transparent, it's like $500, right? So if I can get that $500, I can do... Oh, crap. This is very scuffed. Oh, my God. Controller died. And thankfully, this is not Uproar because I'd have to restart the match. But since it's Origins, we just continue. Anyway, if I can get that $500, that means when 2K23 rolls around, I can do a game giving away too. I can do all kinds of cool things for the community that is going to make our stuff better. Slumdog Millionaire or whatever. I know I just said the wrong thing, but that was a good movie. Anyway. The little things that happen, the little nuances and things that you don't expect, like the controller dying. It's deflating, but I'm feeling good with you guys right now. I can move past that. Pinfall here, but only a 2 count. The last 2 competitors in this matchup aren't going to make it easy for one another. But as we see that JK in the corner, hanging him out to dry, and a single leg drop kick. A forearm to the back, and a springboard bulldog facebuster, whatever you want to call it, but now JK is on the outside thinking possibly phenomenal forearm, and it is. Pinfall. Referee Leonard Seymour says that this match continues. Yeah, the trio sign up is very fast. Thank you for doing it, Dobby. I appreciate you. It doesn't cost any money. It's not anything that you guys are gonna spend any money on. They literally just want to figure out if you're a streamer or content creator, what can we pair you with? And it can only help you, and it can only help me. A pinfall here, and only a 2 count. And, you know, I want to be able to bring value to the content. I want to be able to bring value to the community, and I think a trio is going to do that as well. If you guys sign up and do one of their programs, maybe you can get stuff for your stream. Maybe you can get game keys. Maybe they can buy you equipment. Maybe they can help build you a website. They do all kinds of stuff that I haven't even delved into yet. My main thing is that I want to be able to provide an entertaining environment for all of you guys. And be able to give back to you guys the way that, you know, you guys give to me with your support. So, pinfall in the middle of the ring. I don't know if this is going to work, but it does. Mr. Benny Banks taking that check, and he's going to take it all the way to the bank. Give the boys some music for that one. Got him with the double axe handle. Exactly, Bobby. Thought I was gonna let you guys see what's coming up next. Not yet, not yet. It's coming. Ain't nobody better than the man Benny Banks. You know, I am in the multi-view on my OBS right now, trying to see the screen and make sure I'm hitting all the right things. I probably should have one monitor dedicated to the stream and making sure that everything is visible for me. But, you know, I learned the hard way. Thank you for using that code, Jimmy5. A trio is going to eventually, if I get enough signups, they can help me out with a lot of stuff, and that means helping us out with a lot of stuff. So I appreciate those 2 signups. They are like, what's going on? We haven't got anything from you, but, you know, or at least that's what I assume. Anyway, guys, are you ready for the next match, or do you want to drop some orange hearts in the chat? Before we do anything, I need orange hearts in the chat. We don't have hype trains here or anything like that, and I can't speak, but I'm gonna need to see all the orange hearts that I can give one, and throw some purple ones in there too. This is Origins. What the hell am I talking about? If I start seeing, what's this one? I don't even remember. Now we're gonna see them all pop up, because that's how we do it here. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? Isn't that just like the most atmospheric thing you've ever seen? Oh, by the way, would you guys like me to continue the music while the matches are happening, or take the music off? I'm not sure which way I want to go about it, so I want to get your guys' feedback and do what is the best for you guys. I'm gonna wait. Just, you can't hear the music. How come you guys are just alerting me that you can't hear the music right now? Give 1 second. One small second. I've been playing music for you guys. Ah, there we go. There we go. Now you can hear the music. You gotta let me know so I can get good, man. No, I had it off in my wavelength. Wavelength was hating on me for a moment. But speaking of getting hated on, I know one of these 2 in this match are getting hated on because of who runs the character. Music is too loud. All right, I got you. Is that better? go. Right now, we are going to see the boy, Chase Barlow, taking on the Destroyer. I don't know why I said the Destroyer, but somebody about to get destroyed. Is it gonna be Chase? Is it gonna be the Destroyer? We're not sure. You know, I've just been playing music to myself for the last, I don't know, however many minutes. So that's good. 46 minutes I've been hearing music by myself. Thanks, guys. Chase Barlow's shirt says he is chasing victory. Is he going to be able to attain victory tonight? We'll have to wait and find out. So Dobby, is Chase a graduate of the CPW Academy, or has he been chasing victory for longer than that? Since way before CPW Academy came into existence. I don't know if you guys know, but Dobby is the expert, and Jacob is also the expert of the CPW Academy. They know more about the CPW Academy canon than I do, partly because they wrote it. No, I don't know anybody's story at this point because I was literally up till however long in the morning doing websites and stuff. So he's been chasing victory for like 4 or 5 years now. Thank you. That's all you had to say. You didn't have to do the Jacob Sterry. Oh my God, you don't know his story? No, I don't. I'm scuffed. Deal with it. But I do know the Destroyer story, at least partly. A bitter rival of the wrestler known as Pinkish that we see on CPW Uproar made his way into CPW on Origins. Oh, he's actually year 8. Anyway, since Chase is the king, we have to go and let you guys know. Check out the Covenant Pro Wrestling wiki. You'll be able to find that on our Discord when you join if you're watching the replay of this. Because apparently it's a good story and everybody should know it. And if Jacob says everyone should know it, they should. But right now, the Destroyer getting to know brutal knees on the outside as he is draped over the top rope there. And now the barely padded concrete, trying to make a new friend. A slight little love tap there for the Destroyer on Chase Barlow on the outside. And that also applies to me. We've got the king, another king of our county or whatever here. Dragon Kid telling everyone to read the wikis, you fucks. And yeah, I have to read them as well. You know, I normally read them, but it's been a hell of a week. And now that's why I am so happy to be here on Covenant Pro Wrestling Origins. By the way, guys, do you notice that the quality is any better? That was a crazy Pele kick there from the Destroyer. I upped my bitrate settings, and yeah, now I just want to see if it looks better than it did last week, because I watched the replay and it was not great in terms of quality. But back into this match, Chase Barlow hitting the Destroyer with significant chops. You know, there's lots of people that just hit a chop, and it's just like a little slap. But Chase Barlow hitting them on the Destroyer. You can hear it rumble through the arena. I don't know if my audio settings are perfect, but that was pretty damn loud. But the Destroyer doesn't want to be counted out of this yet. Tried to roll into something there. I think he was going for a leg bar. Or a knee bar, perhaps. drink his face the proper direction. Just working away on that shoulder and that rotator cuff and all of those delicate tendons. The Destroyer with a huge super kick right to the face of Chase Barlow. The C6. I think that's what Pinkish is calling it. We have to get everybody's wiki sorted in my brain so I know all of it. But another Pele kick right to the face of Chase Barlow. And now the Destroyer has got some more destroying to do. Locked in this submission hold. I don't think the boy will tap. I don't think it's time. Wait a minute, he's flailing here. But no, Chase Barlow still chasing victory. Hey, what's up, Teach? Chase Barlow, a DDT on the face of the Destroyer. Potentially leading to the Destroyer being the destroyed. Just laying the arm. And now focusing yet again on this upper body. Chase Barlow might need to be chasing down a doctor after this match. Backbreaker there. Series of it, 3 of them. And we've got some blood. Somebody's gigging. The Destroyer is leaking vital fluids here all over the Covenant Pro Wrestling arena. Trapped in the corner, but not giving in. Now going for something big here. Pump handle. Now just drops him with that enormous driver. That package driver there on Chase Barlow. That's gotta do it. And Chase Barlow continues chasing victory with one right here in his debut on Covenant Pro Wrestling Origins. The Chase Breaker, I'm told that it's called. That is an intense finisher. That is some shit. While I queue up the next match, I hope you guys are having a good time. I hope this is going a little better than it normally does. And I didn't give Chase's music, so let me go ahead and just turn it on real quick. We'll pretend that he's still in the ring celebrating. Let's go, your boy Chase Barlow. The Destroyer put in one hell of a fight, unable to get it done. That's how it goes in Covenant Pro Wrestling. Whatever happens, happens, and we've just got to deal with it. That's what makes this place fun. The role play aspect of everything, of spinning everything around and trying to tell your stories. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes it's difficult to figure out a way to make stuff make sense. But Pinkish is one of those people that can take losses, and I'm speaking of the person Pinkish rather than the character Pinkish. But with all of his characters, he's so in depth with the stories and everything. So he's someone that if they're gonna lose, you know it's gonna be good, the result of it, because he really cares about crafting. I don't know, an aura or some kind of vibe for all of his characters. Are you guys ready for some more of the Womans? Let me know in the chat if you guys are ready for more of the Womans, and maybe I will be happy to oblige. By the way, my latest subscriber, as you see on the screen, hasn't changed in over a week. If you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, if you want more of CPW's content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you can get more content like this. This isn't normally how we do our content origins with our streaming part, but we do have another show, Uproar, that is significantly different, still just as fun, if not more fun than Origins. But I like to give you guys a live stream here and there to give you guys a little bit more value for your time. And speaking of value for time, actually that hurts my numbers. If you like unsub and resub, it hurts the numbers. But if you want to do it just to see your name, go ahead and do it. I don't care. But it says my viewer retention goes down and then it goes up, and then it's like whatever. Like, by the way, oh, did he do it? Did he do it? Oh, he did it. Okay, now I get to see how delayed I am, or how delayed the stream elements is. Anywho, now it is time for some triple threat action. I'm going crazy with these triple threats, fatal four-way. I almost said quadruple threat. But Diamond Skylar, unfortunately unable to get her victory 2 weeks ago on the first episode of Coveted Pro Wrestling Origins, now looking to make, make that a little bit better for her, make a better situation for her on CPW Origins. I have no idea what Jacob is talking about in the chat with Nintendo 3DS. Maybe it's the vibe of the music. I have no idea. I do need to get a more well-rounded playlist of copyright-free. Oh, okay, I got you. The initials are DS, aka 3DS. I get it. I'm just noticing that she has pecs on her attire, but right now we see the Covenant Pro Wrestling Origins debut of Quick Draw Lex Hook. And that's someone who's not about fancy attires, not about, trying to impress. All she wants to do is get in the ring and beat the shit out of any woman that she can find. And right now, here on CPW Origins, she's about to do just that. And guys, I do want to make note that this would be her very first, if she's able to pull it off, her very first singles victory here in Covenant Pro Wrestling. Lex Hook, a phenomenal wrestler, has been very unfortunate in terms of luck on Uproar. Decided to take a little bit of a change of pace, and come to Origins. I swear, the animation for this tailcoat Val character that I don't know much about, the animation for that scared the shit out of me. I thought my Xbox froze. 2K, you're killing me here. You're like, I literally was dying on the inside. If you guys look back at the VOD, you can see, I'm like, what the hell just happened? So, I have to admit, I don't know anything about Tailcoat Val, and this time it's not my fault. I did want to put her on the show because this is, I believe, Tug Mukau's secondary character. But I don't have a wiki, so I know nothing, even if I did do what I was supposed to and look at it and all that stuff. I know nothing. All I know is she a big scary girl, and she got a mask on, she gonna wrestle, okay? That's just how it works. I wonder if she could get the taking the hat off animation from the Undertaker. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, and she takes the mask off when she's getting down to business. Interesting. And now this match is underway. Tailcoat Val just in the corner. Just waiting. Trying to pick her spot, but Lex Hook, after taking out Diamond Skylar, going right after the now unmasked Tailcoat Val. But Diamond Skylar, we know that she's upset at her performance 2 weeks ago. So now she's looking to make up for it, but I will say her first outing here in Covenant Pro Wrestling was a good one. If you haven't seen last week's or 2 weeks ago's episode of Origins, or I should just say last episode of Origins, that's more verbally economic, I guess you would say. Go ahead and check it out. It was a very scuffed stream, not unlike this one, but it was some pretty damn good matches. Went for a float over DDT like Hook did, but unfortunately unable to do it. And a huge pile driver, not unlike the Grizzly Bear pile driver that Lex Hook is usually known to hit. And now finally gets that float over DDT. To let you guys know, this may or may not be elimination. Thinking back, I'm not sure if I edited my triple threat to be elimination, but we'll see. Either way, all of these competitors are going to be fighting as hard as they can to get a victory here, because we don't have quite the women's division established on Origins yet. There's no real pecking order, so to speak, in terms of who's at the top and who's at the bottom. Right now, we're barely square one here. And all of these women have the perfect opportunity to position themselves for challenging for Betty Fight's World Championship, or World Women's Championship, the Desert Rose Championship, I should say. So even though this seems like it's just a random triple threat, this match has a lot of stakes to it. Lex Hook now taking a page out of Tailcoat Val's book, but now the Grizzly Bear pile driver, Diamond Skylar, wishes she was home playing DS. And judging by that animation there, it does seem like this might also be elimination, so good on us in a sleeper hold here. Tailcoat Val not giving in. Diamond Skylar taking a moment to gesture, almost grabbing referee Leonard Seymour. Reverse DDT, a quick arm drag. by Tailcoat. Going for something big here. A double underhook German. And it does seem this is elimination. That is the proof is in the pudding there with the reaction of Diamond Skylar. So everything is well right now. And I know that's called something like the low horizon or something similar. Forgive me, Pinkish. But we know that Diamond Skylar is no slouch. Whenever she hits her signatures and finishers, it is devastating. Quite like that. That was almost like a DDT there. And a huge pile driver on Lex Hook. The connoisseur of the pile driver in this matchup. I mean, I guess you learn things by giving them and taking them. We've seen this submission hold before. We saw it 2 weeks ago. And now, that is the first elimination. I don't know why the HUD came up on that one. The Breathless Sky. And now still in this matchup, Lex Hook and Diamond Skylar looking good for Diamond right now. Until I say that, and she gets a huge knee to the face and the chest. You never know whether that knee is going to land when it's Lex Hook. Her legs are just so, I don't want to say massive, but they're sturdy, okay? They're sturdy. And those knee pads that she has are very thin. And speaking of that and how they are very non-effective in protecting the opponent, they're also not very effective in protecting the knees from a figure 4 leg lock on the outside. A figure 4 on the post. I don't know, man. I don't know if I could take one of those. Let me know in the chat if you feel like you could take that move, because I'm out. I can't do it. I'm tapping already. Luthez press on the outside. You know, Lex Hook is known to hit that so beautifully and so quickly and so out of nowhere. They might as well call that the Lex Express, just because she does it so damn well. Huge springboard clothesline there. And now I think she might be looking for the Grizzly Pile Driver. And she is. Diamond Skylar in a world of pain here, in a world of trouble. Lex Hook not electing to go for the pin. What is she going to do here? She's going to lock her in the sleeper hold. 2 for the price of 1. Is it going to work? Is Diamond Skylar going to tap out? Referee Leonard Seymour in position, giving the world a show here. A pinfall. 1, 2. Quick draw. Lex Hook has gotten her first singles victory here in Covenant Pro Wrestling. Diamond Skylar, you shine brightly tonight, but not bright enough. Lex Hook taking the victory home with her. And now we get a little bit more cowbell. Absolutely great match. This is a very entertaining episode here so far. I'm enjoying myself. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves as well. Make sure I'm hitting next. You know, I think that should be the first button. The first button on the screen and not exit. Yeah, definitely. That's one of the reasons why I like to do the eliminations. I know that it's, you know, not everybody is a fan of it, and I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit just so I can hear myself think. I have them linked, so if it was loud for me, it's probably loud for you guys. But yeah, if you can get an elimination in a match like that with 2 other opponents, at least your character still has something to say, like, oh, at least I got this elimination. At least, you know, it was a great match, or it was a longer match, or whatever. And you could always say something. But yeah, Diamond is gonna get angry with Sarah for not training her enough to get out of those submission moves. And I'm gonna do something a little silly. I'm not gonna let you guys know what this next match is. I'm gonna start the match, and when the entrances start, I'm gonna switch back over. But this one is one that I am super excited for, and I hope that you guys will enjoy it as well, because it starts right now. We got Bobo in the house, baby! Bobo Finyang making his Covenant Pro Wrestling debut. No longer the bodyguard for anyone else. He is wanting to make his own way. Bobo is about to get down. About to show us what he is going to do here. And I think, just judging by the look of him, it's going to be a very, very dangerous matchup. And I'm excited for him. I'm very excited. Almost as excited as I am for his opponent. And I really hope that you guys are excited as well. But Bobo about to throw down. I hope Bobo has like a Bobo elbow, because I think that would just be great. If he doesn't have a Bobo elbow, I think I need to talk to creative. Let me give this man his own entrance music. Different. And now we see him! The Caveman, known as Shawn, making his Covenant Pro Wrestling Origins debut, and I hear that Shawn love bone. Is this, ladies and gentlemen, this moment, is this the dawn of Shawn? Is this the moment where Origins begin? I'm told that Shawn is actually the original professional wrestler. Can Bobo compete with that kind of pressure? I know the stream says, will Shawn cave under the pressure? Caveman, cave under, get it? But Bobo might be in for the fight of his life, the OG pro wrestler right here on Origins. But Bobo not backing down. Forearm strikes to the man known as Shawn. And I just want to let you guys know that Shawn is a growing boy. I was supposed to make him much taller than this because there were some fiascos with his contract. But unfortunately, I would not have been able to do it this morning when I was reminded to do it without changing all of his stats and his moveset. So, let's just say, in canon, Shawn is a growing boy. He's not quite the fully developed caveman as he's going to be. But imagine him much, much bigger. Shawn with a devastating headbutt, dropping down to the floor, and we hear that he loves bone. And he might be biting those fingers down to the bone, but a dragon screw, Bobo. Yes, but he is also millions of years old. That is a very good question. We have to figure out how exactly Shawn was delivered to us in Covenant Pro Wrestling. All I know He came into Will Sheridan's office, bone in hand, said, who's that? And I just assumed he wanted to wrestle. So whether or not he is a consenting member of this matchup is up for debate. But Shawn loved Bone, and now he's fighting Bobo. A huge reverse DDT there by Bobo. Bobo Finian. A huge lariat. Well, there we have it. Thanks to the wrestling historian Dobby. I've been told that he was frozen in time. A chunk of ice broke off. He washed up on the shores of Alessandria, and he was trained by Alexander Irvin. So there we go. He washed up on the shores of a new canon place that I'm not quite familiar with yet, and now he is wrestling. So he is trained to be a wrestler. I assume that he's consenting. I'm not quite sure if Bobo is consenting to the beating he's getting right now, but he is holding his own. And now we're hearing more developing stories here. He tripped on a mountain and rolled into water. That's how he got frozen initially. Happens to the best of us. Right now, a pinfall. 2. Referee Leonard Seymour says that this match continues. Getting tripped up, much like Shawn got tripped up on the side of that mountain over his own feet. Fireman's carry position, maybe an F5, no, an F10. Bobo, pin position, 2. But Shawn is not ready to be out of this matchup. A huge lariat. Shawn may be out. Bobo is going for something big. Another F10 perhaps. And Shawn. Bobo Finian just showed Shawn that the dawn is his. That is the face of a man who just beat a man. It's been around for hundreds of thousands, possibly, potentially, millions of years. Shawn doing his best here tonight, having a great showing, but Bobo said, no, this is my time and not yours. That is how it goes in Covenant Pro Wrestling. That was an average size statement for Bobo, says the man known as Jacob Sterry. And we're hearing Big Bobo, big win. Whenever I see Shawn lose, I say Big Sag. Okay? I like Shawn. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just a little easy to please. But I was very pleased by his appearance here in Covenant Pro Wrestling. And I cannot wait to see him again. But speaking of seeing things again, I did a thing. And some of you might be mad. Some of you might be happy to see this go down the correct way. But I did a thing. 2 weeks ago, Tag Team Championships. There was a slip up. 2K being 2K decided to make a match 5 minutes long. And we had to decide who were the tag team champions via vote. Now, I think voting is great. It can solve a lot of things. But unfortunately, it did not solve the competition between these four men. So we're going to run this back for the championship right here, right now, here today. Bobo is gone. Now it is time for Hoku and Alexander Tossi to take on the team of the Mothman and El Mascara Negra one more time to settle the score for the championships. Maybe we will see EMN versus Bobo, but right now, the Super Samoan Hoku wants to prove that last episode, 2 weeks ago, whatever you want to say, that was a fluke. And thank you for Coke, who is not our sponsor, for making me burp on commentary and look ridiculous. It tastes good though. Is that what they would be called if they were a tag team? If Hoku and Bobo were a tag team, would it be Hoko? It'd be like Hoko Buko or something. It does taste good though. Coke is amazing. I'm a total Cokehead of the drink variety. We see Alexander Tossi, otherwise known as simply Alexander in these parts, apparently. Yes, he is the current leader of the Covenant Pro Wrestling Switchblade era, assuming. I see Sexy Beast LC. The first part is debatable, but LC is in the chat saying that is his boy Alexander. What is up, Zistro? The Zisty boy. I hope training was good. It's good to see you here today. There's very little music going on right now, so I'm going to skip that track because at least I can hear this a little bit. One of these days I gotta remember to sign in on my OBS for chat on the side, because I would love to be dropping shit in here for you guys, just hanging out. But now we're gonna see, I've been told we're gonna see the debut of something called the Mothmobile. The Mothmobile, the champions, making their way out to the ring. I don't know what Tossi was doing in the middle of the ring there with the big MN and EMN. But for the Origins Duos Championships, this is going down yet again. The Super Samoans, I guess you could say, plural. Mac, you've missed a bunch of stuff. There were quite a few matches. We've seen a lot of debuts. We've seen some good wrestling. from the women's division. But right now, you joined us at a good time. We're going to see a do-over from 2 weeks ago. The Origins Duos Championships on the line with the big boys here. And as we see, instead of it being a 5-minute time limit, the match decided to work correctly. But thank you for joining, Mac. Thank you for being here in the chat and sharing some of your time with me here today. I appreciate you as I appreciate all of you guys. But a Boston Crab right out of the gate, perhaps. And it is. You know, I still can't explain what happens with that other matchup. Universe mode is just a strange beast sometimes. Because I haven't changed any of the settings. It just worked this time. Mothman has Tassi up, draping him over the corner and dropping the throat on that top rope. Referee Leonard Seymour looks out of it just looking at him. And you would think that Mothman was trying to get El Mascara Negra into this match. But a blue thunderbomb by Alexander Tassi. And potentially a gut-wrench German suplex, dropping the Moth on the back of his neck. But Mothman, huge hanging neck breaker there. Almost Matrix-like maneuver. But Hoku clubbing blows on El Mascara Negra. It very well may be the shortest reign in Covenant Pro Wrestling history as of right now for these two, Mothman and El Mascara Negra. But I did feel as though we had to run it back. I didn't think we needed to wait for a big event. Every match in Covenant Pro Wrestling Origins or in Covenant Pro in general should be treated like a big event. These are your characters and your stories. You pour lots of time into it. Of course, I pour lots of time into these shows, but you know, it should be reciprocated. So I'm not complaining. Hoku kind of picking his spot here. Going up to the top rope. Now, we've seen him go to the top rope before, and he's very, very proficient there. See that shoulder block. Off the top. Might have to switch to water because the Coke is just too damn bubbly. Man hitting a huge lariat. Now getting a tag in to the Mothman. Hoku in a bad situation. We see the glowing red eyes of Moth. Mothman going for something big here perhaps. Thought he was going for a side slam, but no. Almost a power slam backbreaker on that knee. And we see the teamwork. It's only been 2 weeks that these two have been teaming together, but you can see the cohesiveness of Mothman and EMN. They're like spiritual clones of each other. They're both dark and brooding characters. They're both somebody that you don't want to bump into in the middle of the night on the street. Hitting a beautiful maneuver there. Aiden Flynn calls that the shooting stardust. I don't know what Mothman calls it. I don't know, maybe you guys come up with something interesting to call that movie. He doesn't already have one, but I feel like it should be something Mothman. El Mascara Negra getting his just desserts there, getting dropped on the rope there, but only a 1 count. Referee Leonard Seymour, just as shocked as we are, but a huge cutter. Alexander Tossi going for one of his big maneuvers here. What is it going to be? It's going to be nothing, because EMN, he said, been there, done that, not happening again. And a smart tag by EMN. But maybe that momentary delay was just enough for Alexander Tossi to kind of gather himself and be able to counter that maneuver there by Mothman. And a double axe handle trying to squash the Moth. But is it going to be enough? I actually like Look at the Lights for that Phoenix Splash. I think that'd be an awesome name for that, because for a moment he actually is looking at the lights up in the top of the arena in the rafters. And right now, after that huge spinning punch there, so is Alexander Tossi. Mothman going back up, maybe wanting to look at the lights once more. No, all he's looking at right now is a boatload of canvas. A huge lariat there. Alexander Tossi has the leg hooked. But the Mothman, he is a legend for a reason. But another cutter. And Mothman is in bad shape here. He is out. He is out cold in the middle of the ring. And now the big Super Samoan Hoku goes for that Hoku kick. And just throwing him. Not quite a suplex, not quite a bail throw or a heel throw. Just a nasty bump to take. Now EMN back in the matchup. Going for that razor's edge. And he hits it in the corner, but it's the wrong corner. And referee Leonard Seymour spotting the rope break. We do know that we've had rope break controversy here in Covenant Pro Wrestling Origins as of late. We'll talk about that a little more later. And as of right now, we have been live for an hour and 30 minutes. Geez, we still have a hell of a lot more of the show to go. So you guys can get your value for today. If you're unable to stay for the whole show, I appreciate you stopping by. But I think we have at least, depending on how I booked this, because I booked it in Universe Mode, crapped out on me, and I had to do it over again. We still have at least 3 matches to go here. Or maybe 2. Huge DDT there. Alexander Tossi got the pin, but it's not good enough because EMN able to break it up. You know that Tossi wants to prove that he's not just a Jay White wannabe. And a huge powerbomb. I think Tossi may have hit the apron there. But EMN not concerned with what's going on the other side of the ring. He's working away on the Super Samoan Hoku, trying to make sure that if any of these, if there's any chance of him getting a tag, he's going to be beat up to hell before he gets it. And we can just see this delayed suplex here. How badly Mothman wants to hold on to these tag team championships. Like a moth to a flame, the championships are something that he doesn't want to lose. We do have up until a 20 here in Covenant Pro Wrestling. Or at least we would hope WWE 2K's universe mode and all their match creation, sometimes it's a little funny. I don't know if I can trust it at all. But now Hoku going for a big back body drop there. Or a back suplex, I should say. How great would it be to be able to... I gotta learn to work. I literally, the second time, this is gonna be a freaking YouTube short, I swear to God. That didn't happen. Listen, at least the match, we're past the 10-minute mark here. Still going. Now I'm literally, I have my controller in my hand. Controller is exposing the business. Oh my God. I don't know why those messages play out of order, but yes, the stream is letting me know that if you sign up on a trio and use the code Jimmy5, following that link, it'll help me out in the future to be able to give you guys more content. And the controller broke the kayfabe, but right now, Mothman focusing on breaking the ribs of Hoku. But another smart tag over to Omascara Negra. The Black Mask. Went for something big there, but Hoku, quick and agile, able to avert it. I do really like the Hoku character. Fun fact that I will let you guys know. Look at Hoku. Jimmy, remember when I told you that normal non-tornado tag matches last like 30 to 40 minutes? Well, I don't think it's gonna last that long. With my balancing it, I don't think it's gonna last that long. And what did I say? Mothman putting it away for the team. But anyway, if you look at Hoku, like I was saying before, I forgot because ADHD is very real. Hoku is literally Bray Wyatt with a Samoan skin. Look at the man's face. Next time you see him, the controversy stays rampant here in Covenant Pro Wrestling, but that is going to close out one of those chapters. I don't know what it is. Honestly, I don't know if it's a Rusev or Miro face scan, but when I load Hoku up in my matches and stuff, or if I look at his alternate attires, his alternate attire is literally, I'm exposing the business here because my controller already did it. His alternate attire is literally a Bray Wyatt call. So do with that what you will. But anywho, let me go ahead and give you guys back to me, because I'm so beautiful and lovely, and nobody can match my spectacularness. But anyway, anywho, are you guys ready to go to the max? Because I feel like I'm pretty ready to go to the max. It's what we do in Covenant Pro Wrestling. And I think, guys, by going to the max, you might know what I mean. I'll give you guys the music back because I always forget to play it. One day I'll be good at that. Exactly, Dobby. I mean going to the max. We got Max Wheeler versus the Cyboy Selena Adams. We saw Max Wheeler's tag team partner Betty Fight steal a quick one, a fast one, over Selena Adams 2 weeks ago for the Covenant Pro Wrestling Desert Rose Championship. And now she has to deal with Max Wheeler. Now, does Max Wheeler subscribe to what happened a couple weeks ago, just like you should subscribe to this channel? Does she stand by what happened with Betty Fight? Does Betty Fight even know what occurred? We're not sure yet. But what we do know is this is going to be an absolute banger because Max Wheeler and Selena Adams, two of the finest women's wrestlers on this planet, and not just because I made one of them, but also because anything that involves any form of Selena Adams is gold. It's rating. It's a draw, okay? If you don't know, now you know. Selena Adams, potentially the greatest female wrestler that Covenant Pro Wrestling has ever had. And now, as I put my controller down for like the 4th time tonight, Selena Adams making her way to the ring, Cyborg Selena, as we like to call her. Let's see what the chat is saying. I think Max Wheeler hit the bell after that Cyber Selena Adams to the ring for a fight. Okay. I read that wrong, but I get what you're saying. And then I think Jacob Clark should stay on Uproar, but I also think he should win the Origins World title. It could happen. I don't restrict you guys from really going back and forth as much as other people did in the past. If you want to go, I'm not going to make you stay for a whole, like, 3-4 months. You can, and I would prefer if you go on Origins to stay a little bit, to create stories and build, partnerships and relationships with the people that you're working with. But I will move you back and forth if you request it, just as the crowd is moving back and forth for the Trailer Park Princess, Max Wheeler. Nah, I'm not going to let him wrestle every week on every show. It's not going to happen. But I do want to give you guys the opportunity to explore your characters with different people, different creators. So their ability to move back and forth is a little more fluid than it would be in CWL if you were there before. It does take more work, and sometimes I will say no. And if it comes to the point where it's like, oh yeah, I want to be on both shows, I'm gonna say no. But if you guys really want to do a story with somebody that's on Origins or somebody that's on Uproar, you can do it. But it's up to my discretion, and sometimes I'm an asshole. But right now, we're heading into this matchup. Max Wheeler sending Selena Adams for a ride. LC, there are no A show, B shows in Covenant Pro Wrestling. This is just a different format. I don't do the whole A show, B show thing because regardless of what we're doing, this still takes a tremendous amount of work. You guys still put in time and effort into your characters. One has, obviously edited segments and stuff, but everybody is maxed, well, not maxed out, but everybody has the same amount of stats. What the hell is this? What the hell? Max Wheeler having a bad time with Selena Adams. And Betty Fight. Betty Fight just running away. Betty don't want none. Just causing the distraction. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means for Covenant Pro Wrestling. I don't know if she's just letting the, unfortunately, non-victorious Selena Adams last week, letting her know that she is still ready to fight, just not right now. She's coming in to say hi. Now Max Wheeler hitting the multitudes of that suplex. Going for a springboard leg drop, and it doesn't always work out as we see there. And Selena Adams potentially going for a power bomb here. I thought she was going to send Max Wheeler outside. And now, Selena with the spear. We've got the chat talking about they're going to steal championships. And the only way to steal championships is if you don't let the referee see that your opponent is grabbing the ropes. But other than that, no way to steal championships and convert them to other things. Max Wheeler, gut wrench powerbomb. And now just hammering away on the side boy. Went for that submission momentarily. And also a pinfall. But Selena Adams maybe getting a boost by all these enhancements, I guess you would say. The two-handed choke there. Selena Adams has it locked in. We're seeing the strength provided by all of these enhancements, all of these robotics. And there we go, the lazy girl stunner. At least that's how I see it. We've got the Stone Cold knee braces on and the Stone Cold jorts. That was my attempt at giving her a stunner, but not really caring enough to actually do it. But now we've seen this before. This might be the Jesus Christ. Is she gonna hit it? And she does, directly to the face of Selena Adams. But Selena still fighting. And now we might see Mama's last cigarette. And she hits it with a pinfall. But Max Wheeler unable to get the job done, and Selena Adams going into another gear, I think literally. if Selena Adams is able to pull this off after an interruption, after an interference, or I guess you would say interference, by Betty Fight, if she's able to pull this off, able to beat Max Wheeler, that has to say that she is still in contention for the CPW Desert Worlds Championship. You know, one of the reasons why I call that move Mama's Last Cigarette, Dobby, is because it's never the last one. Until it is the last one. That's a little bit of a morbid way to think about it, but there's always going to be another one until there isn't. Selena Adams biding her time here, picking a spot. No, electing to go in right in front of Max Wheeler. And a huge big boot there right off the snake eyes. Springboard leg drop. But Selena Adams still in this one. Stiff backdrop there, and now working away on those robotic arms of Selena Adams. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't have my view log here right now. I can't see who's here and who's not, or how many people are watching. But if you are watching, and you can see that link down in the chat, if you haven't joined our Discord, please do so. Join our community. Because it is one of the best places to be. I love the community that we've made. And Mama's Last Cigarette, could that be the last one? And it is. Max Wheeler picks up a victory against Selena Adams, probably due to the interference by Betty Fight. I'm sure that Max and Betty will have some questions to answer regarding that. But right now, Max Wheeler celebrating her victory and celebrating that last cigarette. And I think this may be the last match, but we're gonna find out because I don't remember how I booked this show. Partially because I went in to make Shawn taller, and my universe mode never saves unless I simulate a match first, and partially because I was in a rush when I was booking it. This was booked like 10 minutes before I went on. Yes, if you would like to, please, Cassidy, submit a character for Origins. I know you have a ton of them. Thank you for uploading all of those jobbers in the beginning of CPW. I do appreciate it, even though I didn't use very many of them. I got really attached to Sasquatch Shaw. He became quickly my favorite person in that whole batch that you sent. But yeah, Sasquatch is my dude. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and wait for the match card to be off, and then I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a surprise for this one. I know it's not too much of one because they've promoted and everything, but I wanted to give you guys just a little cherry on top because this is the last match. I really enjoy all of your interaction and stuff throughout the show. Dobby, can you please, if you can, do the Discord command? So the exclamation mark Discord, it should pop up. If not, just spam the link, or you can look at it in the description. I am Batman, great name by the way, and you can join us there. all the instructions are there. You're not going to be able to post right away. You have to go into the rules section and read all of the rules and confirm that you've read them, and then you'll be able to do everything. But ladies and gentlemen, moving in to the last match of Covenant Pro Wrestling Origins, episode 2. I think you guys are gonna like this one. We have Covenant Pro Wrestling champion of Origins, the Heritage Champion, making his way to the ring, Darren Death. We saw him 2 weeks ago win that championship on his very first outing here in CPW. He's holding onto it for all that he can, for dear life, essentially. And I don't think he wants to give that belt up. Of course, this matchup is not for the championship right now. Darren has not confirmed that he's going to be defending that championship anytime soon. We will get more news of that coming up shortly. But right now, Darren Death wants to let everybody know that he's the darkest character in CPW. There is nobody that can do the dark and brooding character better than him, because it's not a character for him. He believes that he is the spawn of darkness, and nobody would be able to take that belt off him. But now, we'll have to see how dark is too dark. I see Bobby in the chat saying Darnie is pretty dark. He said when the Grim Reaper saw Darnie, he sharded. Yep. Oh, no, that was for Darren Death. But speaking of darkness, we have Damian Morgan making his Covenant Pro Wrestling Origins debut. If there was anybody, and I mean anybody, that was quote unquote the darkest of the dark, it would have to be this man. The return of Damian Morgan to Covenant Pro Wrestling, or wrestling in general, his first appearance here on CPW, decided to take himself to the Origins brand. Partly because I asked, and partly because he's a good sport, and partly because I thought this match would be really cool. But yeah, now he's back. And just the menacing, I wish I had more menacing music to match this, but this character, it's unmatchable. I'm sorry, Darren Death, you may be the champ. You may claim to be the darkest of the dark, but this is for sure, Bobby, Dark Morbius, or Damian Morbius, because it's Morbin time. I really need a new no copyright playlist, because this vibe just don't work. Damian Morbigan, that's what we're gonna call him now. I don't care what anybody says, it's Morbigan now. Chat. Let's see, I don't see. Yeah, you missed your debut, Dabby. And now Damian Morgan taking off all of the attire, going head to head with the CPW Origins Heritage Champion, Darren Death. But Darren Death has had the upper hand in the opening moments of this matchup. I imagine that he has something that he wants to prove, being the darkest character here on the Origins brand. And it'd be great if I turned the music off, but yeah, I imagine he has something to prove here. but the Raven. I was going to say the Raven fighting back, but no, the Raven taking. Taking a huge hit there, and now Darren Death is taking him out yet again. Sorry, I momentarily got distracted with the chat. Thank you, beautiful people, for being in here. That knee we know and love so much. And now, a burning hammer. Darren Death has been in full control this entire time. The debut of Damian Morgan. I don't know, I didn't expect it to go this way. We got Dabby in the chat saying his finishers and signatures are called Dark Temptations and Paradox. Those are his finishers, and his signatures are Zero Dawn and Syndication. Interesting. A lot of those sound like wrestling shows. Yeah, I'm not banning any moves. I say that moves are banned, but unless they are like legitimately OP, you guys can just do them. Whatever. I feel like with my game balancing, it doesn't make that much of a difference. A neck breaker there by Damian Morgan, trying to get the ball in his court, so to speak. Referee Leonard Seymour is probably shitting his pants right now with both of these people in the ring. Damian Morgan, a snap DDT there, a very quick DDT. He's going to the outside and motioning for Darren Death to get up because the Raven is going to fly. Pinfall here. Two. A very long 2 count. Referee Leonard Seymour says no way, but Damian Morgan visibly upset, visibly shaken. The fact that he wasn't able to get the victory, but now a huge powerbomb off of that torture rack. But Damian Morgan, as he feels the damage inflicted by the leg DDT. Damian, I think he looks a little bit different than the last time we saw him. It's like every time I see this man, he's another man. Is that canon or what's going on there? Anywho, this could be it. And Damian Morgan has defeated our Covenant Pro Wrestling Heritage Champion here on Origins. What does that mean for that title? It wasn't for the championship, but it damn well should have been. Ladies and gentlemen, I think Darren Death is going to be quite angry at the loss here today, and I cannot wait to see how exactly he responds to this. It really just addresses this. But I want to tell you guys, if you didn't see the last episode of Covenant Pro Wrestling Origins, there will be a playlist if you're watching the VOD to go ahead and do that. Watch the last episode, watch the last episode of Uproar. I really appreciate you guys being here. You don't want to miss those. It'll probably be somewhere over here. I'm going to put it right over the chat or something. But thank you guys so much for joining me here today. I hope you guys had a great stream. I had a great stream. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the Discord sometime later. I'm gonna go spend some time with my girlfriend, hang out. Just as I hope you guys are hanging out, I will open the thread for you guys' new promos. And as always, remember, please don't spoil anything for anyone. I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys later.